All right, let's dive in. Today we're taking a look at a digital ecosystem that's trying to solve one of the biggest puzzles in climate action. How do you connect the incredible work happening on farms with the huge global demand for carbon credits? It's a complex world for sure, but one platform is aiming to make it a whole lot simpler.
So let's start with the big question, the one that's at the heart of all this. How do you take something as simple and natural as a single tree and actually turn its environmental benefit into something you can verify, trade, and ultimately make a living from? This isn't just some academic thought experiment. It's the absolute key to unlocking massive investment in our climate.
And the answer, at least according to what we're looking at today, is to create a kind of, well, an operating system for carbon farming. Meet Zr3i. Think of it as the digital backbone, the central hub that connects all the different people needed to make this whole thing work, from the dirt on the farm all the way to a corporate balance sheet.
To really get how this all clicks together, we're going to walk through the entire ecosystem. We'll start with the big picture, then we'll zoom in on the specific journey of a farmer, see what a project builder does, check out the key players in the marketplace, and finally, look at the visionaries who are fueling what comes next. So the most important thing to get right off the bat is that this isn't just a tool for one person. No, it's a full-blown ecosystem, a platform that needs a bunch of different people or actors to actually work. So let's meet the cast of characters. The whole platform is really built around 6 core roles. You've got the farmer, who's actually growing the stuff, the natural assets. Then the project developer, who bundles them all together. To make sure it's all legit, you have the verifier. The one paying for it all, that's the corporate buyer. And finally, looking at the big picture and pushing things forward are the investor and the researcher. Each one plays a totally distinct and absolutely crucial role. Everything, and I mean everything, starts on the ground, with the farmer. This is the foundation, the user journey, where the raw potential for pulling carbon out of the atmosphere is first measured. Honestly, without the farmer, none of the rest of this ecosystem could even exist.
Now, what's really cool here, it's just how simple the farmer's journey is designed to be. It's meant to be super straightforward. A farmer can sign up, use satellite maps to outline their land, log their assets, like their trees and crops, and boom, they can immediately see what they might earn. They just upload a few photos as evidence of what they're doing, and once it's verified, the income starts to flow. It's all about turning their sustainable work into a new paycheck without needing a PhD in carbon markets.
And this right here, this shows you the potential financial punch. The data suggests that for a pretty big farm, say with 500,000 mature trees, the potential income could be nearly $500,000 a year. That completely changes the game. It transforms climate action from being a cost into a major, reliable source of income for farming communities. Okay, now let's see how we go from one farm to a whole movement. Because while a single farm is amazing, the real power is in numbers. And that's where the project builder or project developer steps in. These folks are the architects of large-scale change. Their main job is to be an aggregator. They take hundreds, sometimes even thousands, of individual farms and bundle them all together into one massive carbon project. That's what makes a project bankable. It's big enough and standard enough to get the attention of serious investors and corporate buyers.
And the platform gives them the heavy-duty tools to do just that. As you can see, the professional tier unlocks a completely different world of features. They can manage way more farms, run more satellite scans, and, this is the big one, they get access to the entire verification workflow and the power to list credits for sale on the marketplace. These are the serious industrial-strength tools you need to manage all that complexity.
Okay, so we've got farmers creating the supply and developers scaling it up. But how do you actually create a marketplace that people trust? The answer is integrity. This next part is all about the two users who make the market work by ensuring and demanding that trust. On one side, you have the verifier. Just think of them as the referee in the game. These are independent groups, often called VVBs, and they audit everything. They check the paperwork, they look at the evidence from the field, and they're the ones who give the final stamp of approval that a carbon credit is real. On the other side, you've got the corporate buyer, the customer. They're looking for top quality credits to meet their environmental and social goals, and it's the verifier's hard work that gives the buyer the confidence they need to open their wallet.
For that corporate buyer, this platform is a game changer. It makes a historically confusing and murky process simple. They can browse a marketplace of credits that have already been checked out, they can see scores for transparency and integrity, buy credits right there, and even automatically generate the reports they need for their own compliance. It's about making the right decision the easy decision.
All right, so the core market is up and running. Farmers are farming, buyers are buying. But the ecosystem doesn't stop there.
The last two user types are the visionaries, the ones who look at all this data and impact to fuel the next wave of growth and scientific discovery.
So here you have the investor and the researcher. The investor uses the platform's high-level dashboards to see the big picture, analyzing all the data to fund entire portfolios of projects. The researcher, on the other hand, gets to geek out. They get access to anonymous datasets and analytical tools, using all this real-world info to make climate science better for everyone.
And this is the kind of scale that gets those investors really excited. For a project with 1 million trees, the potential annual income can skyrocket into the millions of dollars. What's so fascinating here is seeing how the value actually changes depending on which verification standard you use, like Verra, Gold Standard, or Plan Vivo. It just goes to show you that quality and methodology have a direct, real-world impact on the bottom line.
So to wrap it all up, this is the Zr3i ecosystem. And it's not just a straight line, it's more like a flywheel. Farmers provide the assets, developers build the projects, verifiers create the trust, buyers fund the action, and then investors and researchers use all that momentum to fuel the entire system for future growth. Every single piece is absolutely essential. And that kind of leaves us with one last big thought. We've just seen how technology can create a seamless link from a single farmer all the way to a global market. So if one platform can unlock the value of millions of trees, what does that say about the true, untapped potential of our planet's natural systems? What would we really achieve if every farm, every forest, and every field could be part of the solution? Thanks for tuning in.